Good morning, Griff. How are you feeling? How's Melbourne?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you all? It's a bit cold, but other than that, it's going all right.
Settled in well? How was captain's run this morning on the G?
Yeah, settled in great. Obviously, a bit of a whirlwind last couple of days for the last week or so, but yeah, it's a great place for footy, the G, as we all know. So it's good to get a run around there, and yeah, look forward to tomorrow.
Griff, the footy department was pretty keen for you young guys to get as much experience on the G as possible. What does it mean to get more time out there at that ground where all the big finals are played, and how much did you take out of it, even just the captain's run this morning, and what do you think you'll get out of it tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's always obviously good to kind of familiarise yourself with where you're going to play, and yeah, it's a great opportunity that we get to go and play at the G, the home of footy, as we all know it. So, yeah, obviously get a lot out of it, just kind of scoping out the ground as you would any other captain's run. So, yeah, it's not too different to what we normally do, but this time being, it's just obviously at the MCG.
Have you played many there? I haven't checked it. I'm guessing a couple.
Yeah, I think just a handful, maybe 2, possibly 3. I can't quite remember. 2, I reckon.
Yeah, I was just going to chip in and say, the stats say you've only played there twice. What are your memories of the ground and just being there at the home of footy?
I remember it looks like the Tri-Wizard tournament or the Quidditch World Cup in Harry Potter, where you kind of look up and the barriers just keep going over your head. First time I went there was a big Coliseum, so that's what I first kind of thought about when I first put on the socks there in my first year. But at the end of the day, it's just another ground. But yeah, it certainly is pretty confronting, kind of looking up. I remember, yeah, a bit of a high rise almost from down there below. But yeah, it's big and wide and suits our game style.
Big question. Sorry, big question, mate. On your Harry Potter, which house would you be? I'm not fully Harry Potter bottled up, but which one would you be?
It's probably in the name, mate. So Gryffindor, I reckon. Nice question.
Your own form, mate. You seem to have found a real role now, and I think that buddy game really sort of put you on the big stage and showed everybody what you're capable of, even though we got a few. Do you feel really confident now about your position in the side and what your role is after sort of maybe the injuries sort of got in the way the first few years?
Yeah, no, definitely. You got more than a few as well, buddy, but I'm happy to keep it at a few. But yeah, no, I feel like I've definitely settled in a bit more, and everyone kind of prays for a bit of continuity once you've had a few injuries. And at this stage, I'm really feeling comfortable in the role and in the team, and really enjoying it. Obviously last week was the first time I've played with the big moose, Alex Pierce, for 5 years that we've been at the club. So yeah, really enjoyed that and jumped at that opportunity. And yeah, I'm just not taking it for granted, that's for sure, kind of being out there and playing with my mates.
What's it like having Alex Pierce back there again? I mean, he's just been through so many injuries over the years. What's it like having him back there now?
Yeah, well, he's not just a great leader and great player. He's just a great bloke and even a good mate of mine as well. So we've been away and travelled away together, and to get the opportunity to actually play footy together and get to work together, it's great. So makes my life a lot easier, and it kind of cascades down to making someone like Lukey Ryan kind of off the shackles a bit. So Moose can take the tall timber majority of the time, and I'll take the next bloke, and then Lukey obviously doesn't have to play tall as he did last year, which he was playing out of his skin, and yeah, obviously did that really well. But yeah, it's just a good help and a good presence to have down there, I think.
And who do you expect to match up on this week?
Me?
Yeah. Who do you think, or who are some of the options that you might be on?
Yeah, just whoever the talls are. So Mackay and Casbolt probably. Generally, it's how it normally runs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Where do you guys have to get a hold of Carlton? Because obviously, like, Mackay's had a good season if you get plenty of supply. So does it begin in the midfield for you guys?
Look, it's all around the ground, really. They love to kind of bring it through the corridor, and when they're up and about, they're obviously a really high-scoring, high-impact kind of side. So, yeah, we're going to have to win in the contest at the start, but everyone's got to kind of do what they need to do, and obviously it all comes from the mids generally. So if we start getting a few kicked on us, backs just kind of blame it on the mids anyway. So it's obviously always a team effort, and he's having a great season so far, Mackay himself, and a few of their midfielders are going really strong. So Sam Walsh is having a great year, and Paddy Cripps is obviously a great player. So they've got powerhouses all around the ground, and we'll be looking to obviously worry about them a little bit, but at the same time we've got to play our own brand, and you go from there.
How's Fifey been with his shoulder this week of training? Have you guys been able to go full bore at him, or is he still a bit protected wearing that orange shirt?
Yeah, no, he seems to be going all right. Full steam ahead. So he's one of the most professional elite units you've kind of come across, and certainly I've ever come across. And so the ball's always kind of in his court. He's that diligent with his rehab and how much he attacks it, and he's never going to put himself nor the team at risk. So we've been able to kind of have a crack at him and get into him. So he's moving well.
How confident are you heading into this game with only, all you have to do is win now and you'll be in the 8? How do you guys feel?
Yeah, no, it's obviously good opportunity that we've been given, and we're in a good position at the moment. But we kind of got that way just from playing our footy and enjoying it at the same time. So we'll be looking forward just to kind of build off last week as we always do. And if the opportunity arises to, as you said, move up there, then we're going to take it with both hands. But as far as we're kind of concerned, what we're focused on, we really just want to keep learning and keep improving, because we're still a young side, and apart from Dave Mundy, but still a young side, and we're still improving.
Just on Adam Chera, I mean, I don't know how much you guys talk about contracts or if that's sort of kept to yourselves, but how important is he to the team, and how good would it be to see him stay in purple next year?
100%. He's a gun and great to play with. Never seen a man hit more kind of opposite foot lasers out of the midfield through traffic into the forwards or anywhere. So I think anyone would want to play with him as much as possible, and always try and get into his ear and just try and get him to stay. And it's not really any of my business. It's out of my control as well. So it'd be great to keep him. And he's a great player. He's having a real good season, and I reckon it's going to be a gun.
It's a bit of an anomaly that you and Alex Pearce only just played your first game together. I mean, were you aware of that, 5 years in and not having a game together?
Yeah, it only really dawned on us kind of the week leading up to the Collingwood game. And we didn't really want to talk about it too much and just kind of jinx it, and because we thought that there was some sort of hoodoo put on the two of us, the pair of us kind of running on the ground together. But really happy to get it out of the way. And as I said, it was really nice and just kind of relaxing to have him by his side. He certainly walk a bit taller with the big moose next year. So it was obviously a bit daunting and a bit weird just knowing about it and that it hadn't happened already. But got it out of the way now, so hopefully string a few more together.
People say cohesion's really important, like with defensive players especially. Do you feel you've got a bit to catch up on there, or does knowing each other pretty well sort of counter that?
I definitely think knowing each other counts it. Obviously, if you could have played 100 games together, that would have made it a bit better, but you can't really just pick and choose that. So the whole backline as a group, I've always said, is really close, tight-knit, and real good mates, and it makes it a lot easier to kind of give and deliver feedback. And it obviously makes it hard if we haven't played as many games together, but someone like Alex, even though he had a bit of time out of the game, he was always involved in meetings, always involved in reviews, previews, so it doesn't really feel like he's missed a beat, and as he's seen performance-wise, he certainly hasn't. So cohesion's always one of those things that's never perfect. So we've definitely enjoyed kind of stringing that together, and as I said, we'll build off last week and look together as a back line, and personally with myself and the big moose, we'll look to kind of string a few together.
Carlton are one of those teams in the mix to potentially get Chera. Do you think it would help much if you guys could post a good win here this weekend?
Oh, I don't know. I guess so. Depends what you're after. If you're looking for a different team, I'm not really sure, mate. So I think deep down we'll want to win anyway. So regardless of whatever's going on behind closed doors. So yeah.
Have you heard anything else about one more game on the road, but then after that returning, or are you still a bit day by day up in the air kind of thing?
Yeah, not too much really. I think at this stage the plan would be to come home after the next Melbourne game or next game over here. So if that's the case, then yeah, we'd love to come home. And but at the same time, we kind of packed up shop pretty quick from Perth to come over here, and we're happy to really let the big dogs kind of sort that out, and we'll just focus on playing really. So really, to be honest, I honestly don't know. Be nice to get back, but at the same time, Big Smoke's pretty nice.